Yeah, it was probably the toughest decision I've ever had to make. Your dream is. Sorry, we just ran, so I'm a little tired. No, your dream is that opportunity is right there in front of you, and you have a tough decision to make, but you have to really weigh out the pros and the cons. So, I felt like I had some unfinished business here. I felt like I left a lot of meat on the bone this past year, and just I came here to win a national championship, and I set out a lot of goals for myself, and I had the opportunity to come back, and I talked to a lot of people, got a lot of input, and decided that it was in my best interest for myself, selfishly, to come back. But just I love this university, I love this team, I love these people, and I couldn't leave yet. The guys that I get to go to work with every day, they make it so special for me, and I couldn't leave them yet. So it was a tough decision, to say the least. I probably contemplated after the game, ever since the South Carolina game ended, I was just thinking, and I had no clarity with it, until 2 days before I announced it. That's when I really got the full clarity. But, I decided that, I want to come back and have unfinished business here to handle, and I want to bring a national championship to this school. So that's all that went into it.
What was the clarity? What was that moment or thing that kind of said, okay, yeah, I want to come back?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if y'all know Dan Leanne. He's the pastor at New Spring Church. We went to lunch one day, and, he's like a great friend of mine, someone that I look up to a lot, but he just provided me with so much wisdom that I really needed to hear. I talked to a lot of people about my decision just because I really had no clue what to do. But I talked to Dan Leanne, and he really just gave me so much clarity. He just said, don't make a decision based off of fear. And I think that was just exactly what I needed to hear. Something clicked in my head that I knew what I needed to do after hearing that. So, that was probably the best thing. I think God works in mysterious ways, and us going to lunch that day really just opened the door for me that I had to make the decision to come back.
I guess Coach, when he was saying he thinks if you were projected as a top 20 pick, you probably would have won. I mean, so it's fair to say it wasn't quite that great. I guess what was the feedback you got?
Yeah, I was hearing a lot of different things. The main thing for me is I know what I'm capable of, and the what I was hearing is I feel like I would be selling myself short if I were to leave this year, and so it was a tough decision just because I know what I'm capable of. I know where I feel with my talent, my versatility, I know what I can do, and I know what value I would bring to a team. And that really kind of wasn't what I was hearing from the grades and everything. So, it was a tough decision to make. But I'm coming back to bring a national championship back to this program, graduate, become a captain, and just set myself up for my future. And that's what I'm here to do, just lead my teammates every single day.
I guess how much more do you want a plan? Did you think when you first came in 3 years and I'm gone, was this kind of going against what you expected, or was it? Did you always kind of have an open mind that it might be a 4-year type of deal?
Yeah, I was very open-minded. I wouldn't say that it was initially my goal to leave after 3 years. I just tried to take everything day by day, and after 3 years, if that opportunity that I wanted was there, I would have taken it. But I'm not mad that I'm staying for a 4th year. I get to come back, and I have a chance to achieve a lot of things. I have a chance to graduate, and I wouldn't have done that if I left this year. So, it wasn't really something that was in my head, I need to go after 3 years. But if the opportunity was there that I felt like it was ready for the right time, then I would have taken that.
You said a little meat on the bone in terms of this year, in terms of how you played, or what kind of, if that's the case, what frustrated you, or what do you think you want to get better at or show people that maybe didn't happen?
Yeah, it was a lot of things. I think how I played definitely didn't meet my standards. Meat on the bone also, I get to come back and graduate. I wouldn't have graduated. I feel like I could have led better this year. It was a lot of things that went into it, but I'll say how I played. That was probably the main factor. I know what I'm capable of, and I felt like, even if I had the best season in the world, I still probably wouldn't be happy with how I played. But it's just I felt like I had the chance to come back and prove a lot of prove myself right with a lot of things. And, the main thing for myself is I didn't want to have or leave with any regrets. I feel like I kind of would have done that if I were to leave this year. So just coming back to, finish with no regrets, empty the tank, and just, set myself up, set this team up to get back to the top of the mountain. But, I'm definitely not proud of some of the plays that I had this year. So I have a chance to come back and, finish stronger, finish on a better note, and that's what I'm going to do.
What are some of the areas you want to improve in next season?
Yeah, it was all areas. I want to learn the position more. I'm kind of new to playing inside backer. I came in playing nickel Sam, but learn the position more, clean up some technical mistakes, tackling, clean up some man coverage stuff, and just become more of a student of the game. I feel like you can never really master anything in life, and you can never be in a position where you say, like, okay, I'm good, I've learned it. So I just want to just, better my knowledge with everything and just, become a real student of the game.
I guess it's kind of weird being in practice though right now with your line out there. Obviously, you played with him this entire time, and he's kind of gone to the NFL. Like, what's that like out there right now?
Yeah. It's definitely different. You've lined up with the same guy for the past 3 years, and I live with Trot, so I still see him every single day. But it's definitely different. Not lining up next to him and us being on the field together. Same with Nate. Him not being there. But you got to adjust. You have to be adaptable, and just whoever's out there, you just gotta you gotta work with them, and you gotta teach them, and you gotta just feed off of each other. So definitely different, but you just gotta adapt to whatever situation is thrown at you.
How much did you lean on him during this decision?
Yeah, we definitely talked about it a lot. After practice, we would come home, we would chat about it. But at the end of the day, it's whatever, it's a personal decision. So I talked to him. I even talked to Big Trot, his dad, too, just because he's been in the position before and he played a long time in the league. So I was gathering a lot of feedback. But, we talked about it a lot every single day, but it was a personal decision that I had to make for myself. So, yeah, that's all that went into it.
Did Big Trot have any wise words for you, or I guess anything to say impress upon you at all?
Yeah, he was supportive, with whatever I decided to do. He was really just saying, follow your heart and pray about it, and God will lead you whatever way is right. And so that's really all the feedback was from him. Just pray about it, and whatever decision you decide to make, don't look back, and just go attack everything head on, and just don't say, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. Just whatever you decide to do, just face that head on and just go with it and don't look back.
Do you think the average Joes kind of get an idea how difficult these decisions really are for you guys when you're looking at all the things in front of you and everything?
Yeah, I feel like if you're not the one in the shoes making the decision, you probably won't understand how tough it is. Like for someone outside of this, they probably just think, oh, it's either the league or you're staying in school. But it's so much that goes into it. I committed to the school because I love it here and I felt at home here. And if I were to leave here, like, it would probably be so tough for me, and I'll probably take a while to adjust. Just not being in Clemson every single day and having to be in a new place, training and everything. And so it's so tough. Like, besides committing to Clemson, easily the toughest decision I've ever had to make in my life. And this is something that, like, it's a personal decision. You can ask for feedback and you can weigh out pros and the cons and all the things, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. And it's probably the first real, like, grown decision I've had to make in my life. So it was super tough to say the least, but I'm glad to be where I'm at today, and I'm just ready to get back to work with the guys and ready to lead the new guys who are coming in and just show them how it's done and what it takes to be great.
I think Coach Sweeney was saying one of the things you want was to be a captain as well. Kind of why is that something that you really wanted to have, I guess, in this final season, and what do you expect from yourself, like, I guess, in that role this next off season? Yeah,
so for myself, I feel like I'm a natural born leader, and I don't think in our program it's allowed for a junior to be a captain. I think you have to be a senior. So, I've always finished in everything that I've done, and I came back to finish. I came back to show my teammates that I'm worthy of being a captain and lead them to the promised land. And there were so many great ones that came in front of me. When I first got here, I had James Skowski, I had Balin Spector, Mario Goodrich, the list goes on. Like, so many great ones in front of me who showed me what it takes to be great. And, I set that goal out that I want to be the next one of those. And I want to be a legend at this school. And I think when you earn that status of being a captain, you earn that trust from your teammates, you've reached that point. So I'm just ready to, build that trust for my teammates and lead them and, show them what it takes to, become a national championship or become a national champion. But, that's just a goal that I set for myself, just be a captain and, take this team to the promised land.
What do you think it's going to take if you had to kind of describe or make a picture of what's going to take?
Yeah, consistency. That's the main thing. I can't one day be super high and one day be super low. I have to be the same guy every single day. I'm gonna have to be the vocal leader. I'm gonna have to lead by example in all areas. In the classroom, on the field, in meetings, in the weight room, everywhere. So, I'm ready for the challenge, but I know that I'm capable of doing that.
Any questions for Barrett virtually? Anybody else in the room?
Hey Barrett, when you're so committed to Clemson, and clearly this place is very special to you, what's it like for somebody who's coming back to Clemson to see when teammates enter the transfer portal and decide to go elsewhere?
Yeah, it's that you hate to see anyone leave the program, especially, since you go to work with these guys every single day and, they become a part of your family. But, like I said earlier, you have to adapt to whatever situation's thrown at you. And I think that's that applies to a lot of things. So like when I came in my freshman year, we were 4-3, and we had guys hurt, we had guys leaving. But at the end of the day, the opponent that you're playing that week, they don't care, and you have to just adapt to whatever is thrown at you, and go to work with the guys that are available. And if one guy says that he wants to leave, then you, like I said, you got to adapt to it and just be ready for the next opponent and just whatever challenge is thrown at you. So it gets tough, but at the end of the day, the opponent doesn't care. And I think that if everyone has that mindset, you'll become successful.
Take one or two more for Barrett if anybody hasn't.
How important do you feel like this bowl game is now that you're trying to build momentum? Obviously that game into the next season, knowing you're coming back.
Yeah. Every game is important, but especially it being the last game of the season, you're gonna want to build momentum going into the next season, especially against a team like Kentucky. Everyone talks about the SEC, so we know what we can do here at Clemson, but there's a lot of doubters and a lot of people that don't think that we're capable of matching the physicality of what it takes. But at the end of the day, football's football. So we're just going to go into this game, just try to dominate, and if we do that, we'll carry the momentum to 2024 and have a successful season then.
With Jeremiah gone, what have you seen from Wade as he slides into a bigger role?
Yeah, he's already been a mature guy, but he's matured even faster just now that his role has emerged, and he has to become more vocal and become more of a leader since Trot has left. But Wade's all capable of doing that. He's a great kid, great leader, and he's gonna be so great in the future, and I'm excited to see it.
All right. Thank you, Barrett.
Thank y'all.